Alright, YouTube, just want to give you a quick update. That's me playing Factorio. Alright, so in order, okay, so I can't get solar on my roof. I can't put my 400 panels up there. So what I ordered today off of eBay, Amazon, yes, this exact same cord, but it's in 50 foot. This is a 30 foot. So I was gonna put my solar on the roof, but I can't do it because of permits. Then I was gonna put it down here on the ground. Well, I can't do that because the sun, these cables up here or whatever. I've done a lot of talking with a lot of people from the city, and that's my 200 watt. That's my metal bracket I have. I don't know if you can barely see the metal bracket. That's the metal bracket, adjustable bracket. So I've been a lot of talking, and so basically I can't put solar on the roof. So if the solar panels and the bracket cost more than $500, then I have to get a permit. Okay. Well, my panels were not $500, they're $200. The bracket's another $50. I think I got them for like 68. So with the bracket and the I got another 50-foot cable coming, and with the panels, I'm not over $500. City of Terre Haute here in Indiana, here in Valve County, says if you do any kind of upgrading to your house that's $500 or more, then you have to get a permit. So I decided to remodel my bathroom, the toilet, vanity, and the shower. That's $500. So I have to get a permit. Although nobody sees it, although it doesn't have to have any kind of plumbing permits or nothing. I don't know quite about plumbing permits. Here's the star of the show. That is Saturn. Goodbye kissies. There you go. You guys just got kissies. So I don't quite, whatever. So if you do any kind of work, $500 more, inside or out, doesn't matter. I'm getting conflicting reports of labor's included or labor's not included. I don't know, but whatever. There's no labor involved in mine. So it's metal frame up on the roof. That is we can do that. It's not attached to the roof, so it is mobile. So I don't need a permit because it's not a permanent structure. I can't get a permit anyway because I don't own this building. I'm a landlord. I'm a tenant. The landlord who actually owns this building can't get the permit because he doesn't live here. That doesn't make sense to me, but that's what my cat's shedding pretty good. Get her cat brush here and brush her as I am talking. So sometimes she likes it, sometimes she don't. So it all depends who you talk to, but the landlord cannot get a permit for the solar panels, and it doesn't make sense because if he does any kind of remodeling to this place, yep, see, she doesn't like it. Got too close to her butt. Yeah, so so it's not $500 or more. It's not attached to the roof. It's portable, and then it's just MC4 connectors. I don't need an electrician because I'm not going into the grid. I'm going here. So all my boxes are checked, so I don't need a permit for anything. So I got the brackets ordered for my panels, and then I got a 50-foot cord coming, just like this here. This is 30 foot. So I don't have to worry about any permits. So I got this coming. The cord will be here tomorrow, and the brackets will be here on Monday. And the brackets, I'm putting 2 solar panels on the bracket because, as you can tell up there on that one, the panel's long way. I got a bracket on each side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this the short, put it horizontal, and then that. So that now has my wire is just ran down the side of the building, comes right here and goes into the porch. And that's when I was charging up everything. Now I'm going on the inside, so I have to take that 30-foot cord and go up into the window. I'm going to have a piece of plywood there to get into the building so I can seal it up. What I'm going to do Monday or whatever is get up there and redo this cord here, run it along that gutter up there, and then it's going to drop down and into the building. So I should be able to take that 30-foot cord and run it straight down and drop it into the building. And the 50-foot cord would be, I'm taking these panels here, and I probably will run the panel down a little bit along the edge there, so I can put a ladder up there and get the snow off there if I need to. But put the panels down there so I can run the wire along the gutter and down into the window. Sorry about that. So that's the plan. So I can get solar up there. Right now it's just 400 watts. I'm putting everything in series, and that's roughly 88 watts. Each panel is roughly 22.7 volts. I mean watts, I mean volts. And I'm using my kitchen light. That normally don't happen. So each panel is roughly 22.7. So you're looking at about 80. 20 times 4 is about 80, 88-ish volts coming in. My charge controller can handle 100. So I don't worry about amps, but then I'm maxed out on the charge controller. So the second set of 400 watt panels will be they'll be connected in series, but they'll be connected to the other set in parallel, so that will increase the amperage. So it'll be 10 amps instead of it'll be 10 amps. It'll be almost 15 amps, and I can handle 20. So when I get the second string on there, I will definitely be almost maxing that out. So everything's going to be, so everything's come into the window, and everything's going to come into the window with this kind of connection you put on the RV. So therefore, I'm going to have somewhat room there. I'm going to have to probably get extension for this, down there. That's no big deal. So here's the future setup. I'm going to be running the refrigerator off of this system here, the inverter, the 2 batteries. I'm going to take the battery out of the box. I might just leave it in there, it really doesn't matter. And everything's charged up right now, as you can tell. And I'm going to run my refrigerator off this, okay? This is not enough storage to run my refrigerator, okay? Running off the 400 watt solar. It uses 90 watts an hour, roughly, my fridge. So it's going to be close. If I have any cloudy days, well, this actually uses about 200 watts when it's running. So I got 400 coming in, so it's kind of iffy if I got cloudy days or a long period of cloudiness. So it's on the solar panels where they're going to be mounted. I can get pretty much sun from 9 o'clock right now, be charging something up until about 4 or 5. So as of right now, I got a pretty open sky and not too bad. I have no obstructions until I get to the west. Let's see if I can show you here. Yeah, to the west, to where that tree line is, and then that's where I'm gonna catch. I'm gonna catch some shade when the sun is gonna be down. You can tell the sun's up in that area. So when the sun is down in the sky, right up in that area, it'll be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the winter time. So it will survive for the moment. With 400 watts. I actually need 800 watts total. So when I get the second string online, then yeah, then I'd be pushing that charge controller to the max. Now, I did have somebody comment that I'm going to be smoking my charge controllers because they're in the box. Well, that's not the case because my charge controller is literally off the ground. I got it sitting on a rubber spacer, so it is off the ground, so it's not on the box. It's not sealed, so I'm not getting no airflow. I'm getting airflow now because I'm getting breeze coming in from the window and blowing up on it. So it's not. If the lid was closed and it was running, then yes, it's totally true. I designed this box not to be closed and running. It's designed to be portable, meaning I can close the lid, take it with me, go where I need to go. When I get to where I need to get, if I'm doing solar, I'm in camping or something, then I can open the box and then plug stuff in. That's what's designed for. It's not designed to be made closed and whatever. If I was going to do that, I was going to put me a fan over here blowing across and put a fan out here for an exhaust. If I was designing this to be operated while closed, it's not going to be. It's going to be open. Eventually, I'm going to get a Vectron charge controller. I was going to get the Red Odo, but it's only 40 amps. The Victron is more expensive, but the voltage I'm bringing in and the amperage I'm going to be bringing in, the Victron is the best to go. Because I'm going to bring in about 88 volts and about 88 volts and 5, 10, and about 10 amps. And that's good for 20 amps, I want to say, and 100 volts. So I'm going to be close on that. Because each panel is 5.5 amps. And the first set's going to be in series, and the second set's going to be in series. But they're both going to be put in parallel, so the volts won't add up, but the amps will. And so it's going to be, first string is 10 amps, second string is 10 amps. So, I know 5 amps, 5.5, 5.5, 10, 10.11, maybe 11 amps, something like that. So I'm getting close, but I'm not going to be overpowering that. But the second string is going to be iffy. It's going to be a little bit before I get it. Now, so once I get the refrigerator to run off of this, and that's the only reason I got that. It's overpowered for what I need. But for the price, I couldn't beat it. So, but I'm going to be running everything else off the Bluetti. And then the Bluetti will be charged with this string coming in now. And this is the 200 watt bifacial. So this string coming in now that I'm using is going to be going just to the Bluetti. The EB3A. And that's going to be running my fan and whatever else I want to run up to 600 watts. I did come across, it's not an issue with this, it runs good, but it runs, let me turn it on real quick. So, it runs, right now it's at 30C. Oh, you can't tell from that bright light. It's at 30C right now. When it reaches 44 to 45C, then these fans kick on to drop it down to 42, 41C. Then they shut off. Then they kick back on and gets up there. And so the fans only stay on for about a second, maybe two. Drop it down, and then it will get back up to roughly 44, 40. About every 10 seconds, 8 seconds, the fans will kick on. Not an issue, no big deal. But I just get this portable fan I have right here when I'm going to be running the refrigerator full time. And if I have the fan just kind of blowing on it, it's on low. It's only using 20 watts. So as you can tell, that fan blowing on this keeps it down. Well, let's see what keeps it down. I have never run it just off the fan like this at this coldness. coldness. That's not even the word. So I'm just only running 30 amps, so that's not even operating hardly any. That's what I'm gonna do. Just keep that fan blowing on there, so these fans don't have to come on when it reaches that. And as you can tell right now, I'm drawing 28 watts. Well, 23 and 18. That's 30. That's 20 watts. So it's roughly 20 watts on the system. But by keeping a small little fan on it, no big deal. I need to power it off. So it's shutting off. So now I gotta shut off. So that's that. Was gonna use the Ring camera to keep, but the Ring camera can only run on 4G. If I run this Ring camera on 4G, then my computer doesn't run very well because the internet on my computer is 5G. And so I can't be running this because my computer doesn't keep up very well on the 4G from my hotspot. So, alright, that's a long video, stupid video, but if you guys made it this long, that's great. Awesome, thank you. But, so I can get my solar, everything I need to do, I can get. Now, when I get that second bank up there, that might be an iffy. That might be you know, definitely I have to deal with that. But as of right now, I can get my 4 panels put up there, and there'll be no worry. I should be up there Monday evening-ish. I get up there and get it put together and get everything ran down here like it should be, and so therefore I'll have literally 2 streams coming in. This 200 watt right here will actually go straight to the EB3A. The 400 watts going to go into the the charge controller and run my fridge. And we're going to just do from that point on. And then if I have to charge anything, I got that 2000 watt gas generator, and I can run it, put my battery charger on it, run my battery charger into the port here, because right now this is just on the EB3A. This will come off, and I run that straight off the screen there and charge up. You know, that's it. But go through there charging, charge up the batteries if I have to. So that's the update, guys. Thank you.